In a way, though, I'm glad to have, personally my friend, and, I consider my brother here today, Derrick Rawls. Just not even sure where to begin, but just to talk about the person himself. It's been a long road, and just coming to this point, I just want to introduce, maybe, in my most prolific opinion, the up-and-coming MMA fighter, or overall, just martial artist or humble person that I know, Derrick Rawls, coming to the scene. Now, based out of Curry, East New Orleans, with a record of 3-0, a couple of fights, representing the Soul Fighters based out of Washington, Louisiana. It's been a tough road, and last night's fight, which was his third, coming against a prosperous individual that most people thought that he was probably going to take the scene, and then he got that win under in 23 seconds in a submission. We have Derrick Rawls on the show today.
Good morning. Good morning, man. Appreciate y'all having me, bro.
Man, I appreciate having you too, man. Look, I just don't even know where to begin, but just to let the people know, like, what was your weekend like? Because you just had a fight, which was on the 7th.
Yeah, man. I had my third fight November 7th at the Cypress Bayou Casino in Charenton, Louisiana, and it was a big one, big opponent, big name, and I was real pumped up. Like 2 days before the fight, man, I got news like 1 o'clock in the morning, the night before, Tuesday night, or Wednesday morning, that my mom passed away, and it was rough, man, and she got it done, and made her proud, man. That's what it's about. Fight.
All right, before we even get any further, I want to say, shout out to the family of your mother and everybody else. And if you want to take it away, before we even get into anything, you can say your graces, and then we can have a decent moment of silence for her.
Yeah, man. Well, she was actually my stepmom, man. I lost my real mom when I was 7, but she raised me, man, and we never got along, man. A lot in life, but she was an amazing, strong woman, man. And we yesterday morning it was the service, and it was beautiful, man. And said our goodbyes, and how she would have wanted it, and yeah. It was nice, man.
All right. So, just on behalf of TMS, you just have a quick, brief moment of silence. All right. So,
appreciate that.
Now, actually getting into it. No problem, man. It's much love and respect. Now, this fight that you had, your opponent, who was this guy? Now, from me to you, I just want to, just let everybody know what was the most recent current factor. We also have clips on our page, which is the Too Much Show official page. You can come on there. He also has it on his page, too, as well. If you want to, you can put out your social media platforms so that way people know where to find you, and then also view video clips as well.
Trust me, he doesn't get paid by the hour. That's what I can tell you in this fight. But, yeah, let's get right into it. Going to the fight, though, as far as, strategy and game plan, was that pretty much the whole game plan, is to out-wrestle him, take him down, get the quick submission? What was the game plan going into that fight?
Yeah, the game plan was, man, he never got punched in the face yet, man. He never met nobody like me. And I don't think anybody at 135 in the Southeast met anybody like me yet, man. And the game plan, just make that statement right there, man, because I'm coming. But so the game plan for this fight, man, is he was a good opponent, man, taking nothing away, all respect. I listened to him on a podcast just like this, man, with a guy a couple months ago, about 3 months ago, and my goal was always to fight big fights, man. Take big fights, and I don't want to fight bums, man. I want big fights. I want big names, something that excites me. And this guy's name, you know, his last fight, he's 3-0. He was 3-0 coming into the fight, 3 knockouts. His longest fight was 1 minute and 45 seconds. He was knocking out everybody. His last fight really gave him a lot of juice because he won with a 4-second flying knee knockout. It was like the fastest knockout in recent memory, man. Like, and a lot of buzz. Nobody wanted to fight him. Well, we realized real quick that he don't have a ground game. Well, we was gonna test it if he didn't have one.
I had to say, man, that was a very smooth double leg takedown you did.
yeah, man. Yeah, it was beautiful. That was the game plan, like you said, though, man. My coach and I talked, and it was going to be a tough right jab coming out, and then fake it, and then shoot the double and put him on his back. And then I knew my jiu-jitsu skills, man. I've been training that a long time, man. And I knew I would break him. I'd bring him in deep water and drown him. And but yeah, that was the game plan, man. I knew if I grabbed a hold of his neck, man, I was going to squeeze it for dear life, and that's what it was.
So, just backing off of that, you say your jiu-jitsu skills. So, you currently train out based in Louisiana, correct?
Yeah, Watson, Louisiana. Part of Team SoulFighters. It's a group under Bruno Tank Mendez, Chris Crosby.
So this whole
what made
venture,
you decide to choose that group? Like, why did you choose them to train under?
Well, I actually started my journey, man, about 5 years ago, man. I always wanted to fight, man, and get into it. It always seemed like a step away from reality to me, like to be that guy on TV, to be that guy talking. And I'm nowhere near that yet, but everybody starts right here. So I was cutting grass for a living, man, and I walked out. We was cutting yards, and they had a little gym right by the grass cutting place, and it was called Wall to Wall. And I met these guys that I train with now. It was a cupcake gym, though, man. We left that gym. I was training in my garage with some coaches, man, like at my sister's house, and they wound up getting the gym, and now it is where it's at. But like we left that gym, and this group kind of got made about a couple of years ago. This team called Movement, and they joined Soul Fighters, and it's been all uphill from there, man. Or downhill, should I say? If you want to be at the top.
But what stuck out? Okay, so what stuck out to you about Soul Fighters? Like, what did they show you where you said, you know what, these are the guys that can get me to my next level? Because, it's very important to pick the right trainer, you know what I mean, especially if you're trying to get to that top level.
Man, just a bunch of winners, man. Like, the guy that I'm under training right now that owns my gym, his name's Chris Crosby. He's actually an MMA fighter too. He went 4-2 as an amateur, turned pro a couple months ago, fought 2 fights. And now he's on his way to Florida. We're going to be going to Florida December 13th for his 3rd pro fight. But he's a winner, man, at every level, every, and that's just what I aspire to be like, man. Surrounding myself with killers, man.
Cool. All right. Oh, that's definitely good.
So let's get into study. We're getting to study and tape. So as far as the discipline of jiu-jitsu, who are some of the best jiu-jitsu masters have you ever seen over the years that kind of inspires you to take the route of the jiu-jitsu discipline?
Jiu-jitsu-wise, it'd be my team, man. I don't watch much. Jiu-jitsu as a sport, man, it's real small unless you're in it. Like, you don't really watch jiu-jitsu matches. A lot of people, there's some names like Keenan Cornelius, some guys that do some pretty cool stuff, but it's really, I'm inspired in my team, man, my coach, and it's just my teammates, man. Everybody wins. Everybody goes. Win or lose, but it's mostly winning, man. They travel all over the states, man, compete in world tournaments, and and come back as winners. That's just what inspires me, man. Those guys. And that's real. Like, I don't really know too many jiu-jitsu guys, like, as professionals. You hear big names, but it's really just the guys around you every day. Those guys, man. Seeing them win, seeing where...
Speaking of inspiration, and I guess the base, because, you know, we go way, way back.
Yeah.
Just our connection, just actually linking together. And, you know, respecting each other amongst men of different background, but definitely the same similarities. You know, what drove you to even just to pick up the gloves and say, hey, this is going to be my next move? I mean, because I know, for one, I didn't know until I seen it. And if you don't mind me sharing, you know, once, you know, we were connected on actual, you know, PlayStation Network. You know, we played, you know, a couple of games together, and then we built a bond of, hey, you know, how are you? What's life going? And the fast forward, coming up until he's giving that away. Matter of fact, you probably explain it better than me.
No, that's well put, man. Yeah, man, y'all have been nothing like family, man. We used to run it every day, talking, man, play games, man, and just a change, man. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing stuff like that. I devoted my time to something that I knew I wasn't living up to my full potential, and I got a buzz under me one day. You know, me and my girlfriend of a long time split up. I was in a dark spot, man, and I just decided, you know, I'm just gonna take this risk, man, because nothing's worth having without risking for it, man. Taking chances, and I wound up selling my PlayStation. And I remember you on Facebook, man. You told me, you said, I put a picture of the receipt, and I was like, I sold my PlayStation, you know. And I actually got insurance for my truck with that, so I can make it back and forth to the gym. And that's what I sold it for, some insurance money, man. But and just a dream, man. I sold it, and I started devoting my time, the time I'd be putting into playing, you know, video games. I just started training and teaching, helping. I teach kids classes and help with that. Just put my time into every living day, every living moment, man. Just you know, trying to train my mind, or that just giving it up. Hopefully I can get it back one day, man. I miss it, but I miss playing with you guys, man. But
nah, it's all in good. It's just,
yeah.
It was just me.
I mean,
you know, just filling in that void of that gap that, you know, that left, and then also the purpose of you doing it, and then the beginning of your start. And
yeah,
some other things.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say. I mean, honestly, it's inspiring to even hear, you know, what you had said as far as with the selling the PlayStation and everything, because that's one of the, I guess, monikers and everything that I like to preach as well, is you have to invest in yourself. Like, you have to.
Yes.
You can't get to, exactly. You can't get to the top. You can't get anywhere unless you sacrifice and you invest in yourself. And when you do that, a lot of the time, there is a huge reward for you at the end. But it's just taking that opportunity to buckle down and say, you know what? Let me cut out the distractions. Let me cut out this and that. This is what I'm going to focus on. This is what I'm going to do.
Exactly. Best word you put, man, distractions. That's all it was, man. And it's like nothing wrong with it, man. Many professionals play stuff like that, man. I just knew for me as a person and for what I had to do, I had to give it up, man. I had to really buckle down and focus on what was important and stop getting distracted by things that just getting me nowhere, man. I used to spend a lot of money on games and that I didn't have, and just like it was more just keeping me away from where I needed to be.
Just that of one was more of an example, and I think that you're a great, or you can be a great advocate for people, you know, that's going through either depressions or obstacles or roadblocks, that, hey, you know what, I can give up this sacrifice and then I can go ahead and do the next thing. Now, going into the next thing, I just want to go ahead and go to your first fight. If you can give a recap of that, like how was it for you? What was the process? Like how did you even fathom of, okay, you know, this is the next best thing. I'm going to step in the ring, and this is my road to success.
Yeah, well, my first fight, I think, was May 18th this year. It was for a Bayou Fighting Championship. Tough opponent. But I took the fight. I didn't know. I talked to my coach. Like I said, I was in a real dark spot, man. Like, sold my PlayStation, got to the gym, just told him I wanted to fight, just mentioned it. Well, I took that. It was a fight in 2 weeks. I took it. I just been back in the gym maybe a week, and I've been gone for a year and a half, and never fought. Just the dream, man. And he asked me if I want to fight, so I took a fight against a guy in 2 weeks' notice. And I was pumped, man. I was pumped. I was like, man, this is it. I was riding around, you know, selling tickets, and it felt surreal, man. And we wind up having a good fight. It was a split decision win, but it was fight of the night, man. I got me a plaque. It was a good way to step on the scene, man. Fight of the night. The crowd was going crazy. Fought a hometown guy in his hometown. It was good, man. And stole it.
That was always the best. Yeah, that's always the best when you go in somebody else's town and beat them.
Oh, man.
So,
yeah, it was 95.5%. 95. The crowd was for him, man. I had my fans, my dad, my stepmom, my family, man. But it was all him, man, and I took it. It was awesome.
That's good. Hey, so let me ask you this: where do you see yourself in 5 years? Can you see UFC or Bellator? Which one?
Man, shit, wherever, man. Both of those are big places, man, and it's still just saying that it's like, man. But you know, that's been this journey, man. It's been wild moments, man, and I can honestly see myself either of those places, honestly, man. Either one, man, because sky's the limit. Just keep working hard, man, and either one of those places, man, would be a dream come true.
Okay. Who knows? You got the one championship out there too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of the things I got to say, and one of the things that I have respect for you is, you know, you're out there, you're fighting, and, like, you're on the come up, but you're doing it the right way. Your fights is not any BS, it's not any gimmicks. You know, you're not getting on social media trying to disrespect anybody's family or children or anything like that to draw attention to yourself. You're just getting there and handle business. But I think, well, I said all that to say, like, one of the things to me that's just a little weird to me is, like, some of these celebrities trying to use their status to make a quick buck in the ring. And how does that make you feel? And I guess the best example that I could have for you is probably, like, most recently, actually it happened last night with two YouTubers. You had, what is it, KSI?
I hate that, man. Hate it.
And Logan Paul.
That bullshit. Anyway, go ahead.
I think they make a mockery of the sport of martial arts, man. I mean, I watched an interview with them too, and KSI was more. He was asking Logan about boxing, man, and he was like, "Do you know anything?" He's like, "You're making a mockery," but I think both of them did, man. And if you know real martial arts, man, it's all about honor and respect. It's not about that. And the thing that made me mad about that fight card, they were over some top prospects. They were like, I think, the main event. And they had guys that are they were just above guys that worked their ass off. And I'm not saying these guys didn't, man, but it's a clown show to me, man. It's not real. It's exactly what you said, man. It was just YouTubers. Like, but that's what this world wants to see, man, and it's sad, man. It's crazy. In my eyes, it's just not real. Those guys, I don't know. I don't like it. I hate it, man. I hate it.
Yeah.
But to which though, man. I don't hate success though, so.
Well, one thing we always ask here on TMS when we talk about combat sports for anybody is, what's next? What is next for you? Do you have another fight book ready? Are you looking at somebody? Is a championship soon to be there? What's next?
So about not even an hour after this fight that happened this past Thursday, the owner of Bayou Fighting Championship, I talked to him for a second, and he got with my coaches, and they offered me a title shot January 17th. I think that card is going to be in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'll be fighting for the Bantamweight Championship against Dusty Little. Good opponent, tough. Yeah, it's going to be a good fight, but I think that's the next one for us.
Okay, so title fight. All right, January 17th. Okay. Yeah.
You heard it.
You might have to make an appearance out there.
Yeah, man, I'd love to see y'all guys, man. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. If not all three, at least one of us would try to get out there. All right, so
home of the
social media. You said what?
Home of the Water Boy, Lafayette, Louisiana.
That's it.
Hey, and the pound for pound king, man, Dustin Poirier, man.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how's your social media been since you've won these fights? Have you been getting any new follower requests or new friend requests?
Yeah, man, my cousin actually been on me, man, about making a Twitter to get my name out there more and about branding myself. I got a Twitter, but I don't have no followers, man. So I just made it, but I don't get on it. But I the only social media platform I really have is Facebook, and I got about 100 friend requests since then. Since my fight, that's pretty cool, and everything's going up. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the easiest shortcut you can do. Create an Instagram. Everybody's on Instagram as well. And most of the friends, once Facebook will send out an alert letting all your friends know that you're on Instagram. So just go on there. Start putting up, pictures. You can even do the IGTV thing where you put your fight video up there, everything, and then watch, man. Your followers will increase.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to have to make that happen, man.
Yeah, let them know.
Plus, if anything,
also,
let them know what it is
old
right
school,
now,
man.
where they
I
can
like
find
social
you.
media, but I got to get on it, man.
And then, if anything, whatever your endeavors are, you can always, use our platform. We'll support you. I'm behind you 100%.
I appreciate that, man.
And, anytime, man. So, we always grateful when whatever you can do, whatever you can give us, we'll definitely put it out there and make sure that you can get to where you can get in the place where you need to be.
Hell yeah.